Assalamu alaikum grade 1. Welcome to your math lesson for today. Today we are going to have revision. Our revision is regarding doubles and halves. Now let's start our revision and remember. Double. Do you remember? What do we mean by double? When you double a number, you need to add the same number again. And when you add the same number again, it means that you can double by multiplying the number by 2 because you are repeating the same number for 2 times. So if I ask you, can you double 6? We have 2 ways. Either to say 6 plus 6 equal 12 or 2 times 6 equal 12. Both of them are correct. So double 6 is 12. Now let's double this number of oranges. Can you count the oranges? How many do I have? Very good. I have I have 8 oranges. And if I want to double my 8 oranges, this means that I need 8 more. So I will double now. Yes, I have now 8 plus 8 or 2 times 8. Now I'm counting all of them together. Very good. So double 8 is 16. I can say 8 plus 8 equals 16 or 2 times 8 equals 16. What if we have a 2-digit number, like number 14? Do you remember how we can double a 2-digit number? Do you remember the 3 steps? Excellent. Split, double, recombine. Now let's start to split 14 into tens and ones. 14, it will have 10 and 4. If I split 14, it will be 10 and 4. Then let's double the tens and double the ones. Double 10 is 20 and double 4 is 8. Now let's recombine, which is the last step. Recombine the tens and ones. 20 and 8, the total will be 28. So double 14 is 28. Now I will show you how we can double the same number 14, using the part whole. Do you remember the part whole? We are going to follow the same steps of split, double, recombine, but I will show you how the book is explained the doubling any number using the part whole. So when you answer the questions in the pupil's book and activity book, you will find it easier. Now let me show you. This is number 14. The first step, it was split. Now I will split, but using the part whole. If I split 14, it will be 10 and 4. Now I split into tens and ones, which means that 14 equal 10 plus 4. And if I want to double 14, now I will do step number 2. Double 14 equal double 10 plus double 4. Now let's do step number 3. What should I do now? I should recombine double 10 and double 4 to find double 14. Double 10 is 20 and double 4 is 8. Now let me show you. Let me recombine the tens and ones. So double 14 equal double 10, which is 20, and double 4, which is 8. And if I add 20 and 8 together, it will be 28. So double 14 equal 28. Now, if you follow the same way of split, double, recombine, but using the part whole, you can answer this question in your pupil's book, page 206. We want to find double 25. The first step is to split into tens and ones. We have 2, 5. 2, it means 20 and 5. So if I split 25, it will be 20 and 5. Now I want to go to the second step, which is double. Double 25, it will equal double 20 plus double 5. Now I need to do step number 2. Let me double the 20 and double the 5. Do you know double 20? Do you remember how we double 20? Very good. Double 20 is 40. And what about double 5? Excellent. It's 10. Let's come to the third step, which is recombine. I want to recombine 40 plus 10, which means to find the total because I have plus. If you don't know the answer, you can write it in tens and ones. You will find that 40 plus 10 equal 50. So double 25 is 50. Now let's do question 7 in your pupils book, page 207. What is double 27? Same steps. Split into part whole or split into tens and ones, then double, recombine. Let's start with the first step. If I say 27, you can just from saying the number find the two parts or the tens and ones. If I say 27, so I can split into 20 and 7. So double 27 will equal to double 20 plus double 7. Now let's do step number 2. What is double 20? Same question again. Double 20 is 40. What about double 7? Do you remember double 7? 7 and 7 make what? Very good. 14. Now we want to find the total. Easily we can write the two numbers in tens and ones and add them together. So now I will write the numbers. Start with the ones. 0 plus 4 equal 4. Then move to the tens. 4 plus 1 equal 5. So the total is 54. So step number 3, I recombine. I put them together. So the total is 54. So now what is double 27? 54 is double 27. And if you want to do extra practice, you can do it in your activity book, page 205. Maybe you are asking yourself now and saying, Miss, it's a very long way. We follow it to just double a two-digit number. Really, it's long and expanded way, but only I show it for you so you can understand how the doubling process it goes on. But now I will show you a very short way you can follow if you want to double a two-digit number, and you can apply it on different numbers. Okay, I will summarize how we can do the part whole in a very short way, following the same steps on the same number. If I have number 27. Now I want to double 27 using split, double, recombine, and at the same time I want to apply the part whole. Now let me first split the 27 into 20 and 7. This is the first step, 20 and 7. Second step, very good, double. I should double the 20 and double the 7. No need to write plus and blah blah blah. I'll just double 20, which is 40, and double 7, which is 14. Now let's go to the third step, which is recombine. I should recombine 40 and 14 using plus. If I want to do it, I can use the house of tens and ones. 40 plus 14 equal 54. So now double 27 is 54. Now it's time to revise halving. Halving. We said before that we can use doubles to find the half of any given number. Like when I say, what is half of 20? I think about 20. 20 is double what? Yes, 20 is double 10. So half of 20 is 10. And we said that we can do it in different way using division. If we want to have any number, it means that we can divide it by 2, because we said that it means we will split the number into 2 equal groups. So if I want to find half of 20, I can divide 20 by 2 equal 10. So now half of 20 is 10. Let's halve together. Are you ready? Could you tell me what is half of 20? If you have 20, Could you split the 20 into two halves? Think about 20. 20 is made of 210. If you have 20 dirhams and you share between you and your brother or your sister, you will give 10, 10. So half of 20 is 10. Could you think about half of 40? If you want to make it easy for yourself, you can just look at the 4. What is half of 4? Split the 4 into two halves. It will be 2 and 2. So now half of 40. Am I to write 2 or 20? 20. What about 60? You got the concept? Look at 6. Half of 6 is 3 because double 3 is 6. So now half of 60 is 30. What about half of 80? Look at the 80. We have 8 in the tens place. What is half of 8? 8 is double 4. 4 and 4 make 8. So now half of 80 is 40. Do you remember how we find half of a two-digit number? Today we are going to find half of a two-digit number using the part whole. But I will remind you first with the steps that we followed before. Actually, it will be the same steps we will follow when we do the part whole, but now I will remind you how we did before in the previous video. Number 42, first step, split into tens and ones. So it will be 40 and 2. Then half the tens, then the ones. Half of 40 is 20 and half of 2 is 1. Then I should recombine the tens and ones, which is 20 and 1. Make 21. So half of 42 is 21. Now let me show you the same number, how we can have 42 but using the part whole as explained in the pupils book page 210. We have number 42. Let's follow the part whole method. I will start with splitting the number into tens and ones. 42, it's 40 and 2. So 42 equal 40 plus 2. Now if I want to have 42, I will do step number 2. Half of 42 equal half of 40 plus half of 2. So now I will do step number 3. I find half of 40, which is 20, and half of 2, which is 1. So I will recombine. Half of 42 equal 20 plus 1. So half of 42 equal 21. These steps are the same steps but using the part whole. Let's have also number 48. Are you ready? The first step is split 48 into 40 and 8. Step number 2, half the tens, half the ones. So half of 48 equal half of 40 plus half of 8. Step number 3, let's find half of 40, it's a 20, and half of 8, it's 4. So half of 48 equal 20 plus 4, which is 24. Now let's have 86, but in a very short way using the part whole. Split, half, recombine. Split 86 into 80 and 6. Step number 2, half the tens and half the ones. Half of 80 is 40 and half of 6 is 3. Now let's recombine 40 and 3, it will make 43. So half of 86 is 43. You can follow this way to have any given number. Now grade 1, it's a challenge for you to find half of 30. Why it's a challenge? Because number 30, it's an even number, but in the tens place we have 3, which means 3/10. And 3, it seems like odd, it's odd number, but number 30, it's even because it has 0 in the ones place. Now let's see how we can find half of 30 using the blocks. If you are going to find half of a 2-digit number and you find that you have odd number in the tens place, you can use drawing the blocks like this. 30, it's made of 3/10. You can see 3 groups of 10. Now if I want to share the 3/10 now between 2, then I will find half of 30. What should I do? If I start sharing in this way, I will find that I can share one group of 10 here and one group of 10 there, but I will find still one group of 10. I'm confused. Where can I put it to make them equal? So what should I do? I will break up one of the tens into ones. Now look, let's see. I have now 2 tens, and one of the 10, I will make it like 10 ones. Now I can start sharing. How? I will put 1 10 here and 1 10 there. Then I will find that I have the 10 ones. Look at the 10 ones. Half of 10 is what? 5. So I will put 5 here and 5 there. So now let's see how many for each one. 15. On the other side, 15, which means that half of 30 is 15. Let's try number 50. In the same way, it has 5 in the tens place, so it's not easy to find half of 5/10. We should draw 5 groups of 10, or you can draw it like the sticks. You have 5 groups of 10. Now what should I do? I should break up one of the tens into ones. Let's see. I will start to break up one of the tens into 10 ones. Now let's start sharing. We will start with the tens. 2 tens here and 2 tens there. After I finish sharing the tens, I come to the ones. I have 10 ones. 10. If I share it between 2, so I have to give 5 and 5. Now let's count how many in each half. I will have 10, 20 and 5, which is 25. That's your challenge for today. How to find half of a 2-digit number which has an odd number in the tens place. Thank you, grade 1. I hope you enjoyed our revision today. Thank you, parents, for your cooperation.